Hello and welcome to Educating Spokane. I'm Stacy Clary and I'm very happy to be here tonight. We're taking a look at several items impacting the Spokane Public Schools community. Up for discussion are charter schools, construction, and updates to the district's strategic plan. And you are invited to ask questions. That can be done by dialing 509-443-7711, and it's also on your screen. Or if you would rather email or text your question, you can do that at es@ksps.org. Either way you connect, please be sure to include your name, just in case we don't have time to address your question during the show. And now I'm excited to welcome our guests from Spokane Public Schools Board of Directors who are joining us tonight. They are Dina Brower.
Glad to be here, thank you.
President Dr. Jeff Bierman.
Hi, Stacy.
Director Rocky Trapiti.
Hi, Stacy.
And Superintendent of Spokane Public Schools, Dr. Shelley Redinger.
Good evening.
Thank you all so much for being here. And I understand we're going to talk about a few things. And first we're going to address the recent board, the trip to Olympia, where Dina, you went to Olympia and you met with lawmakers and talked to them about some legislative priorities that are important to Spokane Public Schools. And I'm hoping you can share what that trip was like.
Absolutely, it was a great trip. Several of us went over and joined the Greater Spokane Incorporated contingency, and then we stayed on for a WASDA, which is our School Directors Association visit as well. And we had the opportunity to chat with our legislators who are working hard this session. It's a short session, 60-day session that'll wrap up in about 2 weeks, and they're working hard to fully fund public education for us. And so we were chatting about the reduction in class sizes for kindergarten and first grade that we will see in the fall, and how that will roll out and the impact that will have on our facilities in our district.
So really, your visit was about funding. That's what you went and spoke with legislators about.
Absolutely. During this legislative session, our elected officials are working on getting us closer to the full funding of basic education that is required by the state Supreme Court, and they have until 2018 to get there. So we're inching our way closer. We're looking at increased material supplies and operating costs this year from our legislature, which is great, which in return will allow us to reduce the requirements of families in making purchases this fall when they go back to school shopping for back to school. So we look to absorb some of those expenses for families in our district as a pass along from the extra funding we are getting from the state legislature.
That's really great news. All appreciate it, I know, right? Many parents do. And appreciate that. And another initiative and a very big project that you've all been working on has been the strategic plan. And the strategic plan it establishes the direction of Spokane Public Schools, an advancement of it over the next 10 years. And it's daunting to me to understand how anything like that could be created. So Dr. Bierman, can you address that? How did you create that? How did you adopt that?
It's been a pretty long process. I mean, we started over a year ago and had consultants that helped us, guide us through the process. It started with stakeholder groups, some focus group meetings a year ago. There were 10 different groups, groups of community members, parents, teachers, administrators, students as well, to get some initial feedback on what our strengths, what our areas of improvement, things that we'd like to do better or emphasize more. And that led to a survey online where we sent out 5,000, or I think 20,000 requests, had over 5,000 responses from employees, from parents and families about what they felt about those ideas, those topics, and where they thought we needed to move as a district. And then that's what we've done the last year, is put together our broad vision of goals, outlined what do we want to do, and they really are all aligned around student achievement. That's our focus as a district. So
I think one of the more important things about even engaging in that process is the last time we had done that was more than 13 years ago. So that's literally a whole series of kids from K all the way through 12. We'd been revising the prior strategic plan as we moved along, but the decision was we need to stop, get that fresh look, gather all the input as Jeff was identifying, and then literally analyze all of that and then try to make it boil it down to simple points, focal points that we can all agree with. Then comes the hard part, which is Shelley and her staff sitting down and really lining out exactly how do we support each of those identified tasks.
And that's part of moving the plan forward.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And is that the leadership team?
Well, it's going to be everyone in the district, the board, the staff, community working together, parents. So there are really a number of main goal areas. The first one is student learning, and as Dr. Behrman pointed out, that's really our main mission and focus, is in increasing student achievement and student learning. So that's our overarching goal. And then also another area is providing a safe and productive learning and work environment for our students as well as our staff. And we'll continue to do a lot of work in that area. Also is really making sure we hire an effective, high quality group of individuals leading our classrooms. So our teachers, our custodians, we really want to hire the very best. So it's really developing talent within our system. Another area is making sure we operate very efficiently. And so that's our finances, our operations, and really looking and doing ongoing audits and analyses of what is happening in our systems and are we efficient.
And those are the key goals. So you've taken this strategic plan and you have these 5 or so key points that you're going to focus on.
Yeah, and it's really important, I think, to be able to identify where do we want to head, what do we need to do as a district, because we are a large district and we have a lot of employees, a lot of different areas, and that's one of our strengths if we can have everyone within the district working towards the same end, if we're all aligned, if we're all moving in the same direction. If we're not, if different parts of the district are moving in different ways, well, we know what happens then. We don't move forward. And so this is that first step, is identifying for the first time in quite a while, identifying where are you at, what do we have, and what do we need to do differently, and what do we need to do to improve.
And if anybody would attend any of our work sessions, you'd hear those bullet points coming out, helping lead the discussion. It doesn't matter whether it's budget, whether it's educational programs, whether it's staffing issues, et cetera. So it really is a vibrant plan, one that guides not just the board or the superintendent, but the entire district.
It's exciting to see a plan created, and I feel as a parent I can see it somewhat implemented. I mean, you can see the connectivity of Spokane Public Schools and where we're going, and that you can feel that there's lots of positive changes that are being made. So that's great. It's very exciting. And you can learn more about our strategic plan by visiting our website at spokaneschools.org. And now we have another topic that we'd like to discuss, and it's an update on charter schools. And we have some background. We've got a video that we'd like for you to watch.
Washington became the 42nd state to allow charter schools after voters approved a 2012 initiative. Charter schools are independently managed public schools operated by approved nonprofit organizations. Charters are subject to the same academic standards as other public schools and receive state funding based on student enrollment, although they have more flexibility in terms of budget and curriculum. Last year, the Washington State Charter School Commission gave Spokane Public Schools the authority to approve or deny applications for new charters within the state. A request for proposals yielded 3 applicants, and in January, the school board unanimously approved Pride Prep, which is scheduled to start taking students in the fall of 2015. Approved charter schools like Pride Prep will not be operated by Spokane Public Schools, but the district will work closely with the charter's independent board of directors to develop policies and review performance on a regular basis.
So Director Trapiti, what has the board learned about the selection process for a good charter school?
That it takes an awful lot of work by an awful lot of people. Lots of study of minute detail you need. And one of the things that was pointed out in the video is that we're the 42nd state to have approved it, which gave us the advantage of saying, okay, so what worked in other states, what doesn't work, what are the resources that are out there that can help us do the job of figuring out whether the applications that we're receiving are quality applications or not. And we were fortunate enough to have a combination of an excellent resource, not an advocacy group, but an analysis group that literally now can analyze charter applications from the organizations that will come forward to our district. And we had excellent staff under Dr. Rettinger's direction who literally spent, I mean, tens of hours every week for many weeks in a row, critically analyzing the applications that were coming in, doing lots of research in terms of what's behind the applications and so forth, and then turning that around and making sure that we as board members could understand, I mean, what was in the reams of
Right.
papers, you know, that came through. And then
Endless
lots of
hours.
discussion.
Yeah.
So it's not as simple as you get an application, they're qualified, boom, they're in.
Oh, I can
I
imagine.
mean, we could have ended up literally rejecting all 3 of the applicants who turned in applications. We weren't required to approve any of them.
How many applications were turned in?
Actually, 3 when all was said and done.
And then you were able to find one, Pride
Mm-hmm.
Prep. And so now that Pride Prep is somewhat a part of Spokane Public Schools, how does it fit into the umbrella of options that we already offer?
Well, one of the goals under increasing student achievement and student learning is a portfolio of offerings. And so right now the board and and the staff are working on this variety of options. So it's one of the many options that if you live in the boundaries of Spokane Public Schools, that is an educational opportunity afforded to parents. We're also looking at more programs. Some examples are our Core Knowledge program that maybe at some point we can talk about. And also we're expanding, changing the location and then in the future expanding our Montessori options, as well as looking at some other programs as well.
So you address so many styles of learning.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've really been trying to focus on is providing that portfolio of options, realizing that, you know, for the number of students we have in the district, there's no one type of program, one size of school, one size of a program that fits everybody's needs. So trying to identify as many different scenarios as we can create for those educational opportunities to be offered. And charter schools is just one of those opportunities that we could take advantage of, and that's why I think we move forward in that direction.
That's really exciting for our district.
We typically, all of our choice options that we have now, Montessori, Apple, typically have waiting lists from year to year, and we're not able to accommodate all of the families seeking options outside of their neighborhood school at this time. And so it's nice to be able to direct resources to providing more options for families, as Dr. Bierman said, that want something different than what is offered at their neighborhood school.
And this is a lottery also. That's
Correct,
how the
correct.
applicants
Correct.
come through.
One of the more important things is the board unanimously supported it the moment we had a chance to even consider and discuss it. And the reason was we didn't consider it a threat, as we've just discussed. It's actually a solid choice for our students and for our families. So again, we didn't have to accept any of the applications. We just wanted to see what was out there. Are there programs that will make things better for our students, for any group of students? Because every application comes in with its own focus. And we were fortunate enough to have an excellent program step in and provide what we think will be excellent service for our students. So rather than be a threat, as many folks can view a charter school, we view it as an excellent service that we're able to offer to our community.
Yeah, and it seems to be a really great fit, as you have all determined, through hours and hours of determining, making that decision. So
But also recognizing that the charter schools will be an option to several options within our district, and that the more options we have, the better.
The better
for
you're serving
for
your
our
community.
students.
I view it as friendly competition too. Seriously, I mean, raising the bar within a charter school can only raise the bar within the other schools who can
Yeah.
see what's going on there.
And as Director Trapeze said, this was Washington's first time going through the
Yeah, that's
charter school
exciting.
authorization process. And I think we learned a lot, the states learned a lot, and we have several more years that we'll be able to review more opportunities and more applicants and
Well,
provide more options.
will applications be taken every year? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So
And
more
that's
can come
not
over.
only
A
with
5-year period.
Spokane, yes, over a 5-year period, 8 each year for 5 years. And then the legislature will do an analysis of the 40 that are in place.
Okay.
Which is really a nice rollout compared nationally. Several states did not put those types of parameters, and we now can see the error of that in in several states and how they rolled out their charter schools. So I think this is a very judicious implementation, and I'm proud of our district
Excited.
and the work that we've done to be on the forefront for our state.
Yeah, well, congratulations, really, and lucky for the population at Spokane Public Schools, our community. So there's obviously more to learn about charter schools. So if you would like to learn more, check out the website on your screen. And now it's time for a Spokane Public School bond update. And we have another video created so that you can watch that and get a little bit, some details of some of the bond events that are taking place.
In 2003 and again in 2009, Spokane voters approved school bond measures that triggered a 25-year plan to renovate, modernize, and update the district's aging inventory of more than 45 schools. The plan includes major security and technology upgrades at all sites, ensuring that all students have safe, secure, comfortable buildings, as well as access to 21st century technology. The 2009 through 2015 phase of the plan is well underway. Jefferson and Westview Elementary are complete, and a modernization of Ferris Campus will be finished this summer. Finch, Hutton, and Mullen Road Elementaries are now in various stages of design or construction, along with a new gymnasium for Salk Middle School. A new science addition at North Central High School is also on track to open this fall. Altogether, these will complete the cycle of major projects for the second part of the long-range plan. Phase 3 of this forward-thinking initiative is now in the early planning stage. The most comprehensive demographic study ever done in the district will determine which schools that haven't had major renovations should be included when Spokane Public Schools asks voters for funding approval. This systematic approach to bringing Spokane Public Schools up to 21st century standards provides community taxpayers with an investment they can be proud of for generations to come.
Now, this is a question I have for all of you. I understand that there is a facilities task force, right? They're going to be doing some research. I'd like to know who is on the task force and what will they be, looking for, and how does this affect, our students in the classroom?
And it's the first task force, because there are many
Right, there will be
tasks.
many. There will be a multitude of task forces as we roll them out, but the one we have right now is really looking at our current programs, and so where do we want our district to go in the future for bond planning? We've always done a good job of having a long-range plan, and so we're updating that, and so we're actually going to be having a lot of discussions in the upcoming weeks. But on the current task force, we have a short-term and a long-term task force. It's really a variety of individuals, staff, parents. We have some community leaders also on that committee, really analyzing where we're at and where we want to go.
School architects, folks that within our district that normally take care of the buildings and are overseeing
In the buildings
design.
every day.
Right. They oversee design and construction, in past projects.
And it's very timely, I think, now, in that we've now adopted a strategic plan. We've done the community outreach. We've got a sense of the type of programmatic directions we want to head as a district, and now we can use those programmatic directions to really inform how we move forward with our bond planning and align that bond plan facilities-wise with the programmatic needs that our district has over the next decade.
And also responding to some of the legislative issues with lower class sizes and graduation requirements. And there are some implications from some current legislation that is, some of it's still in the hopper, and we don't quite yet know what the impact will be. But our task force will be ready to handle that as soon as we know at the close of this session what we're looking at.
I think you said implications, and I'd say complexity. I mean, and here's the difference. In the prior years, every few years we'd come forward and update the prior plan and see what it is that we need to either improve or replace, et cetera, and then come forward to the voters. This year, due to a recent Supreme Court decision a couple of years ago, there are major educational programmatic changes within the buildings, lower class size being a major one. That has major implications. That's not something we had planned for the last time around.
No, it's been a couple of decades of class size increases.
Right. So now we have to figure out how can we provide that educational program within our existing facilities, or do we have to expand those facilities? Do we have to build new buildings or not? et cetera. I mean, there are many more issues for us to consider this time around.
And we're not unique in this. I think school districts across the state are looking at the lower class size numbers, which is a great direction for us to be moving in, but it does put constraints on our facilities, and the facility expense of providing more class sizes is
Especially after
significant.
Last year as a district, we moved forward with full day kindergarten in all of our schools. And
Yeah.
we've done studies to know that we had space in our schools to be able to put full day kindergarten in all of them. And we do that, and now we do need to find more space to be able to expand to have more classrooms so that we can decrease class size.
But those are good
So
good
they're-
problems
they're
to
good
have.
problems to
Good
have.
problems to have for our students.
They are good problems to have. And our website is a great source for the bond information. So you can always, go to SpokaneSchools.org and click on community, and you can find just about any information that you'd like with regards to this topic. So it's all productive and very exciting for all the students in our schools. It's time now we get to take some questions. We had a few people text and email some questions, and one of them has to do with the Montessori. And Angela called in and she said, I'm confused. She said, will my daughter be bused to the new Montessori site?
I can answer that. We're currently analyzing that. We've had a couple of meetings, public board meetings. We've been discussing transportation. Currently, our choice programs, we do not bus students. But with some of the changes and the number of changes, we're doing analysis of can we do more busing, possibly in hub areas where if parents can get students to a certain area, can we bus them to the different sites? Because we're trying really hard to make sure that students have access to our options. So this will be an ongoing study the next couple of years as we fine-tune that policy.
Is that part of the facility study? No. That's
No,
a transportation issue.
It's a completely separate transportation issue. And the key is, we provide transportation, the state helps provide transportation if you fit within certain criteria. So we provide that for students in just about every building throughout the district. This is different because this is a program where families can choose to have their student go to a place other than their home school. And in that sense, what we've said forever is, well then, that's wonderful, you can have that option, but we don't have the resources. You will have to provide the transportation yourself if you choose that. And the question now with the Montessori is, well, now that you've moved the facility, we had them in two separate ones, one north and one south. Now that you're going to combine them and move them to another location, I think the source of that question is, will you now provide transportation for me?
And that's no,
Well-
but you might be
Well-
working toward a hub to where it would make it
Right.
more convenient.
And for this next year, it is a transitional plan because we know families have already probably worked out transportation methods to get their students to the schools that the Montessori programs had been located in. That we have committed for next year some amount of resources to be able to provide some level of transportation. We don't know what that'll look like yet. It still depends on other transportation issues and capacity. But we have allocated some resources to at least have a one-year offering of some level of transportation to help families make that transition from the programs being located at the current facilities to where they will be next year.
That's really great. That's great.
Yes.
And we had someone else call, and she was curious about the 2014-2015 school calendar and when that will be up on the website, and why is it taking so long?
Well, that's an excellent question. My peers, the other superintendents in the area, have been asking that question as well because they determine their calendars often on our calendar. So we are currently working on that. We're looking at making sure we incorporate strategic plan initiatives and priorities into the calendar. And also with some of the new initiatives coming from the legislature, we want to make sure those are incorporated. There's still some unknowns, and so we're really waiting to see what's going to happen this session. There's a couple of proposals to increase instructional hours, and so we're looking at all that.
A lot goes into making that calendar. It's just not the day after Labor Day, right? I mean, and sometimes we don't understand that as
And
parents.
we're hoping to have a couple of calendars maybe adopted here soon so that not only next year's but the year after as well, so that we can have those out. So.
Correct.
Nice.
Correct.
And I think, do you have anything else, Rocky?
I was about to say, it's an exercise in frustration for everybody.
It's something
there's
that
no
we
way,
can wait
it
for.
never
We'll
comes out
appreciate.
perfect,
Right.
where everybody is satisfied with it.
Well, we appreciate it when it's there, that's for sure. Another question, with the bad weather that we've been having, what goes into determining when school will be delayed or closed?
Well, I'll jump right in again. See, there we go.
There you go.
These are all for me this evening. Well, that's one of the joys of being a superintendent. The students love it when I tell them that I have a big part in decision making. But I do have a crew that we do start, especially the last couple of weeks when the weather. We do receive a special weather report that we pay a little bit extra for just for accuracy purposes. And so we really are monitoring the weather constantly and what is coming. And we really pay attention to that. And then we do start in the evenings and into the night. We have drivers out, and they're checking areas all over our district, hills in particular, and some of the areas that are known to be icy or have more issues. So we have drivers out in the night, and then at about 4:30, Mark
In the morning.
Anderson in the morning. I am ready to go with Mark Anderson and a couple of other employees were on a conference call, and we discussed the situation, and then given all of that data, the current weather situation, all of the drivers, we talk and discuss the decision. We really do try to make sure that we are making decisions that are safe, but also we really try to keep school open for families. We know what an impact it has on families, and for many of our students, schools are where they're warm and it's a safe, secure environment. And so we really do try to keep schools open, but we have safety first and foremost.
So you are all up making the decision at 4 in the morning, right? Really, that's so.
I get up when the phone rings to let us know if the bus is ready. But it is nice, I would say, with the transportation delays and transportation issues that you can have in mornings depending on weather, we've got a lot of new techniques and ways of trying to inform families. I mean, my phone's rang, the texts, so we can try to let people know if the bus is going to be running late for their kids so that they can get them out at the right time.
The bright arrow notification, the email, the texting, the Twitter, on the main page of our website.
Families have the option to choose their notification methods on the bright arrow. So if families want to visit our website and set their settings on that, that is extremely helpful. You can choose how you want to be notified for school delays. And I think the delays that we have had have been more a function of our buses, because they loop back. The buses run the high school students, and then they loop back for our middle school and elementary students. So that's where the delays are coming from. But really, some credit also should go out to the city of Spokane and the mayor's office, because the roads have been, even this winter, well maintained, that we have not had to close our schools for lack of good roads.
Right, and you are right. Those buses, I didn't realize that obviously they go in a pattern. High school first, middle, and then elementary. And so if they get stuck in traffic, or if traffic is stuck, it just sets everybody so far back. So,
we do have chains for all the buses as well, and
Right.
so oftentimes you'll see them chained up, and all the drivers are trained in how to manage that.
They seem to be very good. There's more information that we can talk, obviously, on those delays, and hopefully it won't snow that much more. We're heading towards spring, right? I'll tell you. One more question with regards to a principal, but I think we're going to need to address that at another time. So I'd like to thank all of you so much for being here and sharing all this very valuable information with us. And just know that this program will air again on Channel 17 at 8 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. beginning March 1st. So you can watch this and other Spokane Public School programs and videos at spokaneschools.org, as well as our YouTube channel. Thank you again for being with us. It was great information. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching.